Hi guys, I just wanted to share something real quick that's been on my heart. I This is primarily directed to the J6 community. I've just, and I know a lot of you are the same way. You've just grown so weary of the division and the constant accusations toward this one or that one, and you've got this group and that group, and it's just and just recently I've seen some outsiders, I guess you'd say. I'm an outsider. I'm not a J6er, but I do try to behave within the movement. But I've seen some folks come in just recently, and it's like they're just stirring the pot on some of this stuff. And I'm going to be just completely honest. Um, a lot of it has to do with Jake Lang. I don't know Jake Lang. I know very little about him other than what I've heard from both sides. But he has become, and I'm not saying his own fault or his own choice, but he's become this point of division within the movement, and it's ridiculous. There's no reason for it. If you don't like Jake Lang and you don't like his organization, don't give to them. Don't support them. But you don't have to tear them down unless you have absolute concrete proof of wrongdoing. When you do, then come to us maybe. But just, I was listening to a book this morning. I've been listening to The Cost of Discipleship by Dietrich Bonhoeffer. And it's a challenge to listen to, and it's challenging me spiritually. And he's talked about judging and that kind of thing. And I just thought, kind of an analogy that came to my mind is we are to judge one another at the level that we're allowed to judge. We're to judge one another by the fruits of our lives, of our spirits. And so it should be pretty easy to tell who's where a person stands spiritually from the fruit in their life. If there's no fruit there, then and they're telling you that they're a Christian and all this stuff, I would, not saying it's your place to go tell them that they're going to hell or something, but I would certainly question if there's no fruit there. But the other thing too is that I think we spend entirely too much time poking around in other people's trees. And if all my time is spent worrying about what's going on in that fruit tree over there, then one of two things is going to happen in my own tree. Either I'm not going to bear any fruit at all, because fruit requires resources to come through the roots of the tree and up through the tree to grow. It requires food and energy and water and sunlight and all those things. And if I'm giving all my energy and my resources to this tree over here, then I'm not gonna produce any fruit on my own tree. The other thing is it's a very good possibility that the fruit on my tree is going to rot. It's going to start stinking because I'm so worried about this tree over here that I'm not tending to my own fruit. I'm not seeing when it's ripe and when it needs to be dealt with. So that's really the main thing. If your whole goal in life is just to tear people down, that you feel like it is your place to call everybody out and tear everybody down, I feel really sorry for you. I really do, because I don't believe that's one of the fruits of the Spirit. And so I just encourage all of us to worry a little more about our own trees and what's going on in our own trees, and quit worrying about what's going on over there. You do what's right in your life, and God will take care of those other people. Jake Lang, is not my responsibility. The people that Jake and them talk about that are white supremacists or whatever, this and that, those people are not my responsibility. I am my responsibility. I trust God to deal with those people, particularly if they are acting in His name and it's not legit. God will deal with it one way or another. So I'm just going to worry about me. And maybe this sounds like I should stop meddling in y'all's fruit trees by telling y'all this, but hopefully it's an analogy that will prick your heart, that will speak to you to let's just worry about ourselves. Let's just tend to our own fruit and make sure that we are producing good fruit. And I think that's going to make a huge difference in our community. We'll be a lot more productive because we're all producing our own fruit. Wouldn't that be awesome? Instead of tearing everybody else's down, we'll all be producing our own. So that's all I had to say. And I appreciate you listening.